Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be finding out who the best players are in Cricket Captain 2023. I'm going to be doing some scouting around the grounds to see who the best players are using second 11 stats. If you've watched any of my tips and tricks videos, you'll know that I always harp on about second 11 stats mattering because most of the time they do. There's the occasion they definitely don't, but more often than not, they are the be all and end all for a lot of players, showing essentially their power level in the game, if you will, showing how good they are or how poor they are depending on what you look at. So if we get straight into it here are all the players in the entire game. There's a whole list of them all the way down. It literally goes from worst players to best players in the game who are currently playing in this game. The entire database, these are the players with the highest second 11 3-day average, and it's sorted here. Rishabh Pant at 101 with Harry Brook, Virat Kohli, Sarfaraz Khan and Jotun there at 90. We can see Virat Kohli's obviously quite high. Gill's up here, Sam Northeast, who got 400 for Glamorgan just a season ago. Shikhar Dhawan. Yeah, lots of prominent names here. The one shock I will have to say is Tim David. 89 second 11 3-day average, not a single first class game. Bit of a shock to see him with an 89 batting average in the second 11 3-day. I don't know whether that's going to convert or not because it's hard to know. He hasn't played a game, but that is crazy that it is this high in this game for sure. James Vince up there. And I just want to point out early in the video that just because they have a high second 11 average does not guarantee their success. There's no guarantee of any success in this game, that's for sure, but it could be and should be some sort of indicator on how they will perform throughout this game, because there are definitely a couple other picks further down the list. I haven't played many games, but I've seen some simulated games and I keep seeing a couple of names pop up, especially in the New Zealand side, who are scoring a lot of runs in this game at the moment. So these are the second 11 3-day. Now we're going to translate down a format to the second 11 1-day. We've got Rickleton up there, Van Vuren, who's I guess averaging 109 with only 109 runs, so I guess that doesn't count too much. Butler, okay, you've got Kane in here. Shreyas Iyer, I will say, I think he's pretty consistently up there. If I scroll down, yep, here he is, Shreyas Iyer. Nice 81 there. Move here, he's a nice 82. So Shreyas Iyer, for me, seems to be a highly rated player in this game, just based on second 11 stats. Good to see Kane up there as well. You'll also notice, which is a bit of a shock to me, I have to say, no Virat Kohli in here. No Virat Kohli. Now, does that mean that much? I don't know, but it's a bit of a shock to not see him average that high in the second 11 format, because I honestly, scroll down, where is he? Okay, 57. So he averages 57 at second 11 1-day, which is a bit of a shock considering how well he does at the ODI format, that's for sure. Nonetheless, nothing crazy in this list so far. John Smuts, bit of a shock. Okay, interesting names once again. Now we translate to second 11 T20. This is where it gets a bit finicky because averages in T20s aren't everything. It's also about the strike rate of the player. Rehan Ahmed's up there, but he's only played 5 games. Jamie Smith is up here for England, so he could be one to pick if you're playing in England career mode, possibly. You've got Tim David, those stats are obviously great. Dawid Malan, very nice. Tom Blundell is a big shock here, I have to say. Like, he's averaging 14.57 in his T20 international career, and yet he's got a second 11 of 59. That is a bit of a shock. Joe Root's up there, Livingston, Chris Lynn, Rohit Sharma, Phil Salt. So kind of as you'd expect. Babar Azam, obviously right up there as well. You definitely should be giving these sort of players a go. Shreyas Iyer, once again, right up there in this second 11 T20. So I would say he's a strong player in this game for sure. Let's look at some interesting ones, because these are batters. These are like, okay, I can understand that. Let's look at the second 11 bowlers, because you'll see a very prominent theme starting with the top. Jasprit Bumrah, 133 wickets at 11.5. The best bowler in the game, hands down. And it actually stays that way. Throughout all the formats, he is the number 1 bowler in this game. So the best bowler I pretty much can confirm in Cricket Captain 2023 is Jasprit Bumrah. Statistically speaking, he is the best. And you can see why. Look at his domestic stats and his non-domestic stats. They're all good, all round. Definitely, if you're going to get a chance to pick up Bumrah, you should do it, because it looks like he's going to be great in this game, which is fair enough. Kuldeep Yadav Shoutout is an interesting one for me. He's essentially the best spinner in the world and second 11 3-day stats. I don't know if I believe that, but okay, because he's got good domestic stats, don't get me wrong, and good test match, one day and T20 stats, but I don't know. I can kinda see it, I don't know. He doesn't play a lot for India though, then why doesn't he? Man, maybe he just gets robbed. There you go, he's currently the best though. Rabada, right up there for the second 11 3-day as well. Pat Cummins, Ollie Robinson. I will say Ollie Robinson seems to be a consistent theme throughout all the top bowlers in this game, so I think he will be the best English bowler in this game, looking at second 11 stats anyways, so that's good to see. Josh Hazlewood right up there. Any other names? Mitchell Starc, Matt Henry, Alzari Joseph, Stuart Broad, James Anderson. So yeah, I mean, the English bowlers are very good in this game, fair enough. Second 11 one-dayers, and again, gotta say it, Bulmer is at the top, followed by Robinson. Cummins, Nokia. Was Nokia up there as well for the test matches? Yes, he was. Maybe Nokia's pretty good in this game as well. Kuldeep Yadav again up there. Marco Jansen is up here. I've heard that Marco Jansen was really good in the last game, so it's quite possible he's good in this one as well. But you can kind of get a sense of who the best players are in the world as we move to the T20 stuff, and look at this. Bulmer is there again. This time he averages 9.32. That surely has to be a record. Like, that's insane. And an economy is 6.77. Cooked. Robinson up there again. Behrendorff, Cummins, Olivia is up there, okay. Simon Harmer, Imran Tahir, Josh Hazlewood, okay. So those are just the gist, if you will, of all the stats. Let's now go a little bit deeper. Let's go to the expertise where we actually know what's going on, because these are just all the international players, and I don't know most of them. So let's go somewhere where I'm a little bit more familiar. So this segment of the video is now going to be focusing on New Zealand players only. So we're going to go straight to the 3 days. Let's go to the top. And this is straight away a big shock for me. Kane Williamson's the best batter in New Zealand. Hands down, second to none. But how is Daryl Mitchell averaging 79.96 in the second 11 3-day format? What is going on here? He's got a better average than Kane. So you dig into it here. Look at that. He's got an average of 57 in test matches, 51 in one-days, 26 in T20s at striking at 137. And you'll find more often than not, he's scoring runs. If you're gonna pick anybody from New Zealand at this point in time in this game, you'd actually pick him. But it looks like Daryl Mitchell is probably the most underrated pick you can pick from New Zealand. If you ever get a chance to pick Daryl Mitchell up, you should. Look at the rankings here. Test matches, he's 4th. ODI 12th. T20 20th. And he's up there with the bowling as well. He is definitely, for me, a superstar in this game from New Zealand. Obviously, you've got the normal players up here though. Kane, Conway, I will say Joe Carter's a bit of a miss because it doesn't look like his stats are that good overall. But anyways, Michael Bracewell and Foxcroft. They have got massive lifts in this game. They've been very, very good in real life, and it looks like they've got big buffs in this game for sure, being at 63 and 61 apiece, with a bit of bowling behind them, especially Foxcroft at 23 average with his off-spin bowling. So these two look like a very good prospect for New Zealand in this game for sure. Cam Fletcher, the highest keeper on the whole list, apart from Conway, at 58.96, with Cleaver right there as well. Better than Blundell, which is a bit of a shock as well again. Glenn Phillips right up there with 55.98. Second in one-dayers. And we can say Kane is just second to none. He is, without a doubt, the best player on this list. 83.84. Unreal. Followed by Bracewell. Wow, that's crazy. And Foxcroft are right up here as well. Ooh, Will O'Donnell in this game. 57, 58. So he's already right up there as well. Mitchell again in the runs, with Phillips right up there as well. For me, this seems to be following a similar sort of pattern with the same sort of players being right up there. You can see Conway here as well. Finn Allen doing very well. Very good strike rate. Second 11 one-dayers. Okay, the T20s. Blundell, a shock again, but there you go. Followed by Mitchell. He is surely the best player in this game for New Zealand to be picking up. He's right behind Kane. It's awesome to see. Kane's obviously here. Conway right behind as well. And Phillips. Look at that strike rate. I'm trying to point out these sort of players because these are the sorts of players you should definitely be picking up in your career modes because they are showing brilliant signs of statistical anomalies amongst New Zealand players. But again, you can see some patterns developing. With that being said, let's go to the bowling. And the bowling for me gets more interesting as well here. We've got a very, very obvious candidate for the best bowler in New Zealand, and we'll see who it is just now. Matt Henry is the best bowler, at least in 3 days. Christian Clark is a big name, I'm going to say. For some reason, he is really well rated in this game. for the second 11 stats, 16.92. Jameson, I think I can declare he will end up being the best bowler in New Zealand in the second 11 stats wise anyways. 16.98. Nathan Smith, look at that batting average as well, very good. Randall, Ben Sears, Ashok beats out Ish Sodhi, being the best spinner in the second 11 3-day format as well. So that's something significant to be looking at. And right here, there we go. We finally landed on the name I want to talk about. Simon Keane. He is unbelievable. Second 11, I mean, that's just perfect. You couldn't ask for a better second 11 player right there. 42.2 batting average. Aggressive. And he averages 18.83 with the ball. Yes. He's definitely a must pick in my books, and we're only just getting started. Just wait till you see the other two formats as well. Trent Bolt, obviously right up here as well, goes on. All right, here we go. The second 11 one-day statistics. Here we go. Matt Henry, again right up there though. Jameson's still right up here. Christian Clark, Nathan Smith, okay, that's an interesting trend. Ashok again beats Sodhi. I think Ashok's the best spinner in New Zealand. That's what this is saying. Sodhi up there again though, with Ajaz Patel not far behind. The best finger spinner for sure. Tim Southey, Trent Bolt down here. And again, not as great a bowling average of 24 this time, but he averages 46 with the bat as well, Simon Keane. He's pretty much an all-rounder at this point. He beats out Ravindra. Look at that. That is unbelievable. And just looking around, the observation I have made, it looks like Kyle Jamieson is going to be pretty strong. As I said, he's up there in the second 11 3-day. You can see in the second 11 1-day, he's right up there again. And we move to the T20s and he's top of the list. So that's certainly something to watch out for. He looks like a good prospect in this game still, Kyle Jamieson. He might be out with a back injury at the moment. Oh, he's actually 3 weeks arm injury. Okay, that's quite interesting. But he is very, very good. If he can stay fit in this game, he will be a good bowler for sure. Trent Bolt right up there again. Addy Ashok beats out Ish Sodhi. Matt Henry right up there again. And would you look at it down here? Simon Keane averaging just under 20 with the bat. His worst average, but he's providing a lot with the ball. 17.31. Looks like a good prospect for New Zealand here. Ravindra, and you've got Nathan Smith. Foxcroft. So I think I've hopefully kind of covered everyone in a roundabout way, but I would just go ahead and say the top 3 batters that you should be looking out for in New Zealand. There's the obvious couple of choices that you should be going for from New Zealand if you get to see them, aka Kane Williamson, Devon Conway. They're the obvious candidates that you should pick if you see them around the international scene or the domestic scene, if you can pick them up. But I will say, for the underrated picks, my most underrated picks would definitely be, you've got to pick up Daryl Mitchell. He is very, very good in this game, and his stats back that up for sure. Daryl Mitchell, you have to pick him up if you see him around the grounds. He offers a lot with the bat, and he can also bowl some overs if you need it. Look out, because Daryl Mitchell is the new beast in this game. Followed by Michael Bracewell and Dean Foxcroft, I would say, seems to be quite a consistent theme with those two, but I would also not underestimate Glenn Phillips. He's right up there as well in all formats with the second 11 stuff. So those 4 picks for me are underrated picks that you definitely should pick up because they have good stats backing them up, especially with the batting. Going to the bowling, I would definitely say Kyle Jamieson is one that kind of flies under the radar, most specifically because he's injured at the moment. Addy Ashok seems to actually beat out Ish Sodhi, so keep that in mind. Simon Keane looks like a potential superstar for New Zealand across all formats. He was consistently picked for New Zealand in the last game that I actually played on Cricket Captain 2022. He seemed to keep getting picked up for New Zealand, so definitely watch out there. He looks like a very good prospect. Ben Sears maybe up there as well. Nathan Smith. I didn't actually realize how good statistically he was, but he seems to be an underrated pick as well with the ball. And Christian Clark. He's definitely been a surprise for me. He is quite a shock to me that he's quite highly rated in the second 11 department, so he could be one to watch in this game. But hopefully this video gave you all a bit of a taste of who is expected, or I guess supposedly going to do well in this game based on the second 11 stats of the game. Again, this is no guarantee that they're all going to have success, but it is a great way to indicate potential of success in this game, especially when you've got no idea really how they're going to perform. These second 11 stats give you at least some idea of how they're going to go. Definitely go for the underrated picks that I've mentioned. Let me know if you found this video extremely helpful, as I'll be making more videos for Cricket Captain 2023 in the coming days. Definitely stay tuned for those. If you have any other underrated picks that I've actually missed in this video, definitely let me know down in the comment section who I should have put on my underrated list. And until the next one, everyone, take care.